Hello, Big Chris. How are you? You good?
I'm good, Big Dave. How are you? You okay?
Yeah, I'm very, very good. Well, Mr. Christopher, welcome back. Before you try and say that, you'll have a moment to say that. Welcome back to the league on Game of the Day.
It's the bread and butter, Dave. The bread and butter. We've just coming in from play, jumpers for goalposts. It's tea time. Not even tea time. You're hungry, you're starving, but you want to go out and play again. So you get in for a bit of bread and butter, salad cream, maybe 1970s, or a bit of jam. Anyway, the bread and butter leads back again. Come on.
Well, I'll tell you what though. If you are hungry, and especially if you are goal hungry, let's move straight on to Game of the Day. And this week's Game of the Day is in Division 2. It's the Midlands derby. We've got Aston Villa against Birmingham City.
Get nasty, or is it?
Good afternoon and welcome to the Game of the Day for this one. Division 2 Midlands derby, Birmingham City versus Aston Villa. Ground a little bit empty, the fans still not arrived for that new main stand, but that won't bother the players. Look at them lining up here. Birmingham rocking their League Cup final kits, the Carling Cup final victory, looking rather smart and dapper if I do say so myself. Aston Villa rocking their away kit from 2015, if memory serves me right. Two very, very good teams, a very, very feisty fixture. This should be a wonderful time. And Villa kick us off, and the game's off. You can really feel it in the air. The Birmingham Villa fans at either end behind the goal. And we've got Birmingham now, trying to find some space. McFadden on the left. Can he win the ball? Knocking it around. Trying to harry him out. I think he's knocked out for a kick. But he's brought it in. He's lined himself up. He shoots. Oh! And that is close. That's a great save, in fact. Goodness me, Brad Guzan, what a pair of hands he's got on him. Tipping that one away. That must have really stung. Birmingham now coming to the side. Boya! Oh! Just wide. Oh, look at that. Is it the outside of the post? But it's a tight angle and he's done well to get the shot off. Villa now coming forward. Benteke was looking for a little bit of room there. Couldn't find any. Birmingham now. And he's opted for the safe option. It's a corner ball. Ball played in. Oh, what a goal! Goodness me, what a finish that is. On the bounce as well. Look at that. They're absolutely ecstatic. Oh, they've run over straight away to congratulate the corner taker. But look at this. He's a big Christie. It's on the roll. Ball still moving. And the attacker's gone in, beating the defender on a run. And it's 1-0 Villa. And Ballholder comes forward again. Has a go. Ben Foster is strong and equal to that one. Birmingham now with the advantage now. Trying to break down the centre of the pitch. Touches one. Has he lined himself up? He's blocked him. He's going to need help. He gets help. Zigic has moved in. Knocks it across. Has a shot. Oh, it's just wide. Knocks the ball forward. Oh, there's a chance here again. Benteke. Oh, that's well saved by Ben Foster. Strong again. It might be close range. Those are not easy. He's had to close down the angle and he's kept it out with a strong fist. Second half. Oh, close. Very close. Oh, it's not bad that. He's had to make the marauding run from midfield there to get to the ball. Birmingham now, they're breaking again. It's McFadden. James McFadden breaks down the left, shoots. Oh, and he's smashed it against the bar and over. Oh, that's so unlucky. What a shot that was, though. A real break. Oh, and he looks on at the goal from there. He could have had that one and he knows it, but that was a fantastic effort. A really, really well thought out display. The ball now shoots. Oh, and it's well stopped. There, nearly threatens the bobble past the keeper. It's all Birmingham at the moment though, coming forward. Jurewicz is down the middle. What can he do? Villa trying to defend the ball. Knocking it one. Knocks it two. Has Zigic in support. Shoots. What a save. What a save that is, but it's hit the player on the forward, so it's a Birmingham possession. Oh, the rebound. He scored the rebound. What a finish that is. Jurewicz to start with, trying to score there. Knocked out, and Zigic is just behind him to support and picks up on the leftovers. So unlucky to keep the palming out against the Birmingham player, but look at that. They won't care. They're running over to the fans. Oh, Guzan's had such a good effort there. You've got to feel for him. Oh, the shoots on, it's the second. What is going on? Villa have gone to sleep. And it's the second goal. Birmingham take the lead in this one, and you can see how much it means to them in this fixture. Goodness me, what a goal. And they're moving across, look at that celebrating with the Villa. Look at the defenders, they're stunned. Birmingham still coming forward. Knocks the ball down the middle. Has an attempt and it's hit the post. Oh, that's close. And oh, but goodness me, Guzan's made a mistake. He was knocked it out across. But he's managed to cover his lines and clear it away. Oh, but that's it. That's the end of the game. It's the end of time. The managers shake hands. It's been a game in good spirits, to be fair, despite it being a derby. Villa, though, look at that, are stunned. Right, they just fell apart towards the end of the game. But Birmingham, different reaction, running over to the fans. They'll have enjoyed that one. And Zigic there picking up his Man of the Match award. He's going to be delighted with his performance.
Wow. Feisty game indeed, but Aston Villa threw that one away, did they not? They were all over them first half.
Well, yeah, it was obviously the game of two halves. What happened to Villa in the second half? They went missing, didn't they? Went missing. A big derby as well. You can't do that, and the fans must be massively disappointed.
It's one of those things we could talk about it and analyse it all we want and mention it. But I think in the end, it just came down to a great game at Subbuteo and generally all round good fun. And when it comes to when you think of the teams that are involved, it just means it's just a hell of a lot of fun to watch, a hell of a lot of fun to edit, and it just turned into a bit of a classic without anything else needing to be added.
Plenty of opportunities, plenty of shooting chances, plenty of saves, great ground, looking good, mate, looking good, yeah.
Well, speaking of great grounds, let's go to a slightly less great ground, and let's move down to the Division 1 arena where Chelsea are hosting Chubbins Athletic.
Hope for Chubbins, let's see.
Chubbins Athletic having to borrow the Lazio kit from La Legenda due to the kit clash. Chelsea in their auto glass kit from the 90s, looking pretty spiffing as ever. And this could be a massive game. Chubbins really struggling with 3 points in the league so far. Chelsea, however, have got 7 points and could be looking to push them for the championship title at this stage. Chubbins, ball cleared up. Moves across, shoots! Oh, Fotherington Thomas needs to get better. Needs to get a better boot on that as well. He's knocked it wide. There's a decent chance there, but that just sums up their first half of this season. Coming forward now though, Chubbins again, shoots, and it's nestled in! Bert, what a finish from Bert! Goodness me, that's fantastic! Takes it one, knocks it past, nestles it bottom corner. Look at that, they're delighted with that one. That's such a huge game in context. Chelsea though moving forward. Chelsea have hit straight back through Frank Lampard. He's knocked it onto the post and it's trickled in, and that's a wonderful goal. They're going to be absolutely delighted by that goal. But that is sour, celebrating there, winding up the Chubbins fans. I don't know if that's really sportsmanlike, but it is what it is. Chelsea though coming forward again. And then a shoot. Oh, and it's another. That's a great finish, 2 in quick succession. Oh, and it's straight through. And it's 2-1, and Chubbins now have a mountain to climb after all that work they put in. 2-1. Chelsea's change of formation to 3-5-2 really seems to have paid off. Oh, right near the end, Bibbing there shoots, hits the post, tries to follow it up, but can't get the connection and knocks it wide. That's a good half though from both teams there. Chubbins something to build on there, but they'll take confidence in it from the end of that one. Chelsea though, not a great start, but seem to look pretty solid. They're going to be tough to beat in this one. Moves forward, shoots. Oh, Dennis Wise not getting a contact on that one that's clean. Here we go, Lasac knocks it across. He's got Luiz on the left. He has Luiz and Lasac playing absolutely beautifully together. Shoots, Luiz knocks it across, and he can't quite get it. Oh, he just tries to beat the keeper on the inside of the post and hits the side netting for his trouble. Here they come forward again though. Fotherington Thomas finds some space, shoots. Curaccini has saved it onto the post. Marvellous bit of goalkeeping. The ball's still live though, they're still going for it. Oh, but that's a foul. Oh, right near the end, that's a foul, and I think that might be it. What a chance to level the game. So unlucky. He just hasn't. You can look at him. You can just see it in his face. It's so unlucky for them to not have a start this season so far. They've been so close every time. Well, thanks for joining us, Christopher. You've got to say, unlucky again. Potential issues, any issues behind the scenes maybe contributing? I think that's just lazy journalism from you there. And, we're absolutely fine. We played all right in that game. It was close. It was close. But no, we just need to finish those chances more. Once we start finishing those chances, we'll start rising through the table. Thanks for your time, Christopher. That was definitely you.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for taking the time out at the end of the game as well. For your post-match comments. It's really good of you to spend time with the media. But whilst we've got you again, say,
whoa! What, you've got me again? Impersonating Big Chris on the game that. What?
Well, can we just say is a very close game. Would you say that your team maybe have switched off in the first half, but so unlucky not to equalise or maybe even take the points in the second half?
Incredible game of football. I'm thinking Chubbins in the dodgy Lazio away kit. Could it be a lucky kit? Clearly not. Not that I'm biased by Chubbins, but I'm speaking as Christopher here, the Chubbins manager. Great goal by Fotherington Thomas. Head out the clouds. Hello, sky. Hello, clouds. Hello, school sausages. 1-0. Could be the game over. Another chance. Could have been 2-0. And then who goes to the other end of the pitch? Let's not rub salt in the room. Dave, pass me the salt. Let me just cut my arm.
Would you like the wound first, sorry?
Yeah, rub that salt into my arms. Lampard, Frank Lampard scores the equaliser. And then who else have we got? And then Dennis Wise appears on the pitch. What the chuffs? Let's rub some more in.
Had your chances though, I've got to say, and generally as well. Complete fair game. Trying just didn't happen, honestly. But there's so many chances that could have done.
I'm celebrating the equaliser from Luiz, but side netting. And then Chelsea. Oh.
Sometimes, though, you win some, you lose some. But Chelsea moving very high up in the table. I think they're second now. But obviously, second from bottom is Chubbins. Issues or prepared for the dogfight? Where does it go from here?
Third from bottom. But, it's looking dodgy. But I must say, Dave, I give you the opportunity to play with Chubbins, so to speak. I don't like to play with his Chubbins.
Save that for therapy, lad. Chelsea towards the top half of the table now, but let's return back to the top half and let's watch Dynamo Nubbins playing against Burnley.
Biting out the skin. What could happen?
Well, they meet again at last. Dynamo Nubbins against Burnley, last year's domestic cup finalists, although this season are at opposite ends of the table, surprisingly. So this one should be a really feisty encounter. Spink knocks the ball across on the left. Has Burns outside the box, shoots. And it's easy to clear there by Burnley. Come forward again here though. Burns looking for an opportunity to space, and he's been a great target man this season. Can he finish past? Oh, it's a good save by Tom Heaton to deflect that one wide. In comes the middle. Oh, goodness me. Booth there. Fouled the shoots. Oh, referee plays advantage. Booth runs onto it. But that's another great save from Heaton to keep the scores level. And Dynamo here. Trying to move about. Can they get some space? Shoots. Oh, and it's deflected wide. No, that's unlucky that, but that's a great bit of defending there. Corner ball whipped in. Oh, it's hit everybody here. This is going to be clumsy, this. What's happening here? The ball's moved forward. Is that in Dynamo's possession? It is. They try and go forward. Burnley try and concede there. But he's trying to run on the ball there. Misses the ball. Burnley trying to get in. Oh, goodness me, he's clattered him. He's taken him down. That's got to be a penalty. Has it been happened off the pitch though? Who knows? It's a close one. It doesn't matter, but from the checks, they've given a penalty. Booth steps up and finishes bottom right corner right at the end of the game. Dynamo might be taking all 3 points home again, undefeated in the season. What? Goodness me, who would expect
Dynamo's run continues in the league there. 12 points from 4 games, maximum total. Under the tutelage of Big Chris's Estadio Bielsa. I mean, Burnley were barely even in that.
No, it was such a one-sided game. 1-0 surprises me, to be fair. I think Burnley escaped with the 1-0 defeat. It could have been much bigger. But then 3 points, that's all you get. You don't get extra points for scoring lots of goals, do you? So,
any
1-0 win.
Very true, but any insight to why Burnley may have been so poor?
Toes at the ball in the end. I think lack of confidence. Then at the bottom end of the table, playing a team who are full of confidence, sometimes it's tough. And to be totally dominated, it must be hard for them. But then, one chance, put the chance away, you get a point from the game, boost your confidence. Who knows what might happen there? Well,
speaking of a team currently flying with confidence, and one of the teams
talking flying, Captain Dave. hey, welcome to the game of the day ship. Captain Dave speaking.
Flying at about 1,000 feet above sea level in Halifax, and doing well. And enjoy the ride.
This is your pilot. This is your pilot speaking. Hello. As we find it, the Chubbins Athletic Airlines, who are descending at an alarming rate, and we may be crash landed into Division 2. Please brace for impact.
I deserve that.
Did you dare? Right. Well, let's go on then.
Both sides.
Exit underneath. Trapdoor. Thank you.
We're back. Come on, Chubbins. You can do it, lads.
Right, well, let's go to Leeds United against Arsenal.
Well, as the referee Graham Paul brings out the teams for this fixture, we have the second game of the day for you today. We've got Leeds United against Arsenal. Now, Leeds United seem to do rather well at the Estadio Bielsa. It's almost like home turf for them, really. I think the pitch, the way it plays, especially under the Bielsa style, does work for them. Despite the fact they are in an earlier kit, the top man kit, they're newly decaled, as you can see. Arsenal, though, will be looking to push on. They just narrowly missed out on European qualification last year. Now, you know they'll be wanting to try and right that wrong. And we'll see, but they've got to push on in the table at the moment, languishing round about the middle of it. They're only about 3 points off, though, from those European spots. So a win here today could really put them amongst it. Gary Speed running down the wing there for Leeds. Tries to find 1-2. No touch ball. He's hit the post. And Szczesny has gratefully clutched that to his chest. Leeds coming forward now, though. They seem to have a chance. They seem to have opportunity. The goalkeeper's trying to place himself, but he doesn't place himself well enough. And Vinnie Jones has run through from midfield. He's scored. He's jumped into the crowd. He's not knocked anybody out yet, though, so it's a rather restrained celebration, but it's 1-0 Leeds. Arsenal now moving the ball around. Oh, beautiful there, knocking the ball across. But they seem to have lost the ball. Tony DeRigo, though, on the left side, knocking it forward and across. Easy foul, knocks the ball over. And Arsenal try and clear. but he's not managed to get hold of that, and he's managed to poach it off it. Lee Chapman now trying to find a bit of space. It's carnage here, it's poor defending, and it's wide. That's a great defensive block in the end, but there's some poor defending from Arsenal there, trying to build from the back, and just it's not paying off. Leeds now. Strachan finds himself in a good position, saving the goalkeeper. Schneider comes out. Oh, but goodness me, he's missed the deflection. The goal's open, and he's run onto it. There's a touch there. McAllister's trying to run it round, but he can't quite get to it. And it's cleared by Arsenal, but not far enough. The keeper's back in his goal, but they're coming forward again. Strachan there knocks it across. Speed tries to move into a position to support him. Gary Speed's got it, and he's got a goal. Gary Speed, get one for yourself, son. He's knocked that over Schneider. That's 2-0. What a wonderful goal that was. But Arsenal, what are they doing defensively? Trying to come forward here. He scores. Oh, and is it? What's happened there? What's it hit? Is it in? No, it's not. It's hit the post. And they're way into this game now. You'd think they've run out of time, and they have. Leeds United taking the points from this encounter there. Arsenal will be disappointed with that, but defensively they were all over the place. Something they really need to look on there, but Leeds United take the points and they'll be pleased with that performance.
Well, another comprehensive win for Leeds at the Estadio Bielsa. It's almost like home turf.
Yeah, the crowd behind them, dominant play. Two good teams. Arsenal from 2012-13. You know,
I wonder if that's maybe. Well, no, maybe not. I think they're in their kind of like Wenger out years around about them, weren't they? When they were sort of languishing a bit. So maybe that made the difference. You know, they're not playing in the Invincible team kit, and all of a sudden it went a little bit wrong for them.
I think I picked the decal kit because it looked like Arsenal. So you know, and then Leeds in the 1990 1-0 away to Bournemouth, escaping the old second division. Chapman, Strachan, all those great players, and to be fair, dominated the game. There have been accusations of bias from I don't know who, but that can't. That's not true.
I think you worry about that. I think you worry about that far more than you should do, though, because in the end, it's only Subbuteo. And we are just having fun with it. Like I said, obviously Leeds are going to be, we put Leeds in the league, so it does put pressure on us. But even when we play together, it's one of those things. Is like, it works because obviously I want to batter you so badly when we play, so I can always play the opposing team. But in the end, it's like I said, it's just a game of flicking. And I don't know, the way to put it is, I think when you talk about worrying about it, is the only issue we've got currently sometimes is with teams is because we're playing solo in lockdown. Then it makes it kind of difficult because, say, for example, no matter which team you're playing, you are thinking, I don't know about you, but sometimes in my brain, I'm thinking, oh, well, those won 3 games on the bounce recently. And so does that mean? But then all of a sudden, you don't want to be playing badly as one team just because they've had success before. But it does get at your brain a little bit just because you're not playing against somebody. And therefore, the objective is not just literally to beat the other person. So all of a sudden, you start thinking about the league tables and stuff, don't you? And it can kind of mess with your mind.
Yeah, it was Leeds kickoff as it. I just got the teams out that way, and it was just dominant from there. Really. And I enjoyed playing actually. 2 nice kits and stuff, but that's the way it goes, I guess.
Well, that's the thing.
I'm thrilled that Leeds won, but I didn't even know about the tables really. When I played with Dynamo, I'd forgotten because I'm old and stupid. They were top of the league. Otherwise, bear in mind the way you're playing with Chubbins, I could have just thrown the game.
I tell you though, see, speaking of comparisons, speaking of comparisons, I'm absolutely not throwing the games with Chubbins. It's just, if you think about it, if you watch the game like the last one, I'm not accurate enough to intentionally hit the post however many times and have these close chances and have a goalkeeper that's not a solo keeper somehow deflect one away, which is going absolutely bastard, top bins. And it's one of those things that it's just, I quite like it because there's all sorts of stuff going on. I mean, Chubbins are hitting a patch, but at some point they're going to come out of it. But it just becomes luck of the flick. We've got Basingstoke against Norwich.
Well, Norwich hosting Basingstoke down at the Estadio Bielsa. Norwich have had a great campaign so far, especially if you compare it to last season where they only just avoided the drop. Basingstoke don't really seem to perform at the Estadio Bielsa, but we'll see how they perform today. Maybe they'll surprise some people, maybe they'll get a result. And Norwich now coming forward, early chance here. Can he get shoots? Oh, just wide. And look at that on the replay there. Yeah, oh, he's not as close as we thought there, but it's unlucky. Norwich now, early chance, shoots, he's cannoned off the bar. What a shot that was. Oh, goodness me, it's rattled the woodwork. How are they not in front? Basingstoke now though, moving forward, get the ball to Kovacic, shoots, and it's a goal! And the underdogs have gone ahead! Goodness me! Oh, the goalkeeper, John Ruddy's going to be unhappy with that one, tipping it into his net, but they all count. Norwich now moving forward, all well defended by Makasarashvili there at the back. Corner brought over by Norwich. Snodgrass with the ball, knocks it across. It's found Becchio at the end. Looks it back to Howson. Howson's there, picks one. Basingstoke trying to defend, picks two. Howson passes it across to Becchio and it's in. What a goal that is! Becchio of all players has managed to score. He never gets on the score sheet for Norwich, and goodness me, they've equalised. It's 1-1. This game is wide open once again. Norwich clawing their way back into this. They seem to have taken confidence from that though. What a ball forward that is. Norwich coming ahead. Basingstoke trying to close it down, but unable to. Howson there knocks it across. Whittaker's got hold of the ball there. He's moving it around. He's got Tetty in front of him. Tetty shoots, and it's a goal. Norwich take the lead. What a move that was. Let's watch that again. The ball was passed from wide, knocking it around between them. 1-2 played there. Finds the feet of Tetty, who sticks it into the bottom corner. As you can see, the hand moves away, and it is slotted in the bottom. Last chance of the game now. It must be. Oh, it's a third. Norwich has scored a third. That should put the game beyond any doubt now. Basingstoke's miserable form continues. Norwich go through.
Right, Christopher. Basingstoke's terrible form continues down at the Estadio Bielsa. It's not looking good for the club.
No, they were looking good in the Man City kit. I thought, that might give them a quick boost, actually. But two Zuego teams, same bases, fairly even then. One decaled, one kind of touch-up paint job converted from Australia. But no, it's not looking good. Norwich are fairly dominant. I think Basingstoke scored an equaliser, didn't they? But Norwich just dominated the game, really.
Sheffield United then are against Manchester United down at the Division 1 arena for our final game for this week in Division 1.
Well, a clash of kits meant two away teams turned up today, but looking lovely nonetheless. Sheffield United roaring this season. Manchester United really need to start turning on the burners very, very soon if they're going to have any chance of Europe this year. Ryan Giggs plays it across. Big ball forward. Andy Cole. Oh, he's just missed there. Oh, he's just not got a good touch on it. Keane knocks the ball forward. It's all pressure. United want a shot. Oh, he's had a save. It happened so fast I could barely see it. No, it's thundered off the post. Whoa, God, he's so close there. United unlucky not to go up. Now what a long ball forward. That is by Sheffield. Finding Billy Sharp. Knocks one. Trying to block. Bad defensive block. Peter Schmeichel. What a save. He had a torrid time in Europe against Paris Saint-Germain. But what a stop that is. He seems to be a shade of his former self at least. Sheffield now. Oh, it's a cheeky effort to shoot from there. But if you don't buy a ticket, as they say, you can't win. Sheffield coming forward again, knocks the ball across, finds a man. That's a lovely touch. Taps one. Man United. Oh, it's well saved by Schmeichel again. Oh, Sheffield really piling the pressure on here. United can't handle it. Not a shot again. Oh, and towards the end of the first half, and Manchester United have blocked again. That's been cleared off the line, I think, by Dennis Irwin of all people. Never know. Second half here though. Sheffield are coming forward again. Goodness me. And he shoots. Oh, what a stop that is. Peter Schmeichel tipping it onto the post, managing to control it. Unbelievable. And a massive goal kick forward as well. He's kicked it out of his hands. Who's he found? Cole, who's got Sheringham right on the end. What a counter this could be. And it's a goal. It's in. It's 1-0 Manchester United. What a finish from Teddy Sheringham. Goodness me. Dwight York dropped, for Sheringham. But wow, goodness me. He's really staking his place in the first 11 of this side with a goal like that. But all the plaudits are going to go from Schmeichel. What a save. And what a clearance and insight to set the assist up practically there. Andy Cole now has it on the wing. Has he got him to shoot? Oh, and he's thundered off the bar. What an interesting camera angle that is to see that from too. But, oh, it's unlucky. They could have had two. Sheffield though now managed to control the ball. He's got hold of one, got hold of two. He may have a chance. He shoots and Schmeichel stops it again with help of his defender. That's it, tipped it away for a corner. That is a lovely bit of goalkeeping. He's having a wonderful day today. Oh my goodness me, a delivery across that you may never see ever in your life again. One, oh, and he's rolled it in. But that was brilliant. The three flicks to defend from Manchester were not good enough. And the corner was straight to feet and Billy Sharp was slammed home. And it's 1-0. Look at that. They're absolutely delighted with that one. What a goal. What perseverance to the end as well. Sheffield now, they could have stolen a point. Look at that. The Manchester United fans have been stunned. And that's it. The referee blows for full time. Oh, Manchester United really not getting off to a good start this season. They really need to push on soon. But goodness me, Sheffield United really pushing to the top end of the table. They're in a fantastic season and they'll definitely be happy with a point here. And at the end, Peter Schmeichel being interviewed there and not surprisingly so, picking up the man of the match as well.
Did you watch that? Oh, he's froze. Oh, there you are. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Right, so, Peter Schmeichel coming up with, I mean, he's got to be the talking point, hasn't he, out of that one? Picking up the man of the match, but garbage in Europe on that game, but what a fantastic performance.
Yeah.
You don't see that. Yeah, speaking of solo keepers, sorry to keep interrupting you. We keep trying to talk at the same time, but he's speaking of solo goalkeeping, that's not a bad effort, is it?
No, not at all. No, he's kept them in the game, to be fair. I mean, it was all Sheffield United, and then Manchester United, who you keep referring to as United. I mean, Sheffield fans are not happy with that, Dave. Break up and score again. 1-0 up. And Schmeichel's kept him in the game best, hasn't he? Oh, Red Nose himself. Blimey. So
yeah,
it was a Schmeichel game. It was all about Peter Schmeichel, that game. And Sheffield deservedly get something out of the game in the end and rise above Man United again in the table, or stay above Man United in the table. So, well done, Sheffield, I guess. What's in your hand, Dave? What you got in your hand?
Sorry, stop fiddling.
No? Oh, have you not got a bottle? Because it's all about the bottle, Dave. I think Man United lost their bottle. Hey, a bottle. Hey. You're welcome. That's right. It's called Segway in the professional world, I think. Is it?
Segway? Is that your little celebration, was it?
Don't they call it on radio? Don't they call it a Segway when they merge two tracks together? So here comes DJ Billet Boy. Tracks together.
Brat. No, I have no idea. I'm not a radio.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on indeed. Well, start that engine because we are going to glide on down to Division 2 and let's have a look at the remaining games from Division 2.
Newcastle United took on Reading in this Division 2 fixture. Newcastle getting the earlier of the exchanges. However, Alex McCarthy done really well to block this one. Reading then tried to move forward, having already scored a goal off camera. The footage seems to be a little bit missing, but they came forward again looking to take the ball. There was a foul, and it was well saved from Simon Church. Newcastle came forward again though. knocked the ball around what seems to be a lovely move between the players. The Reading defence nowhere really to be seen, and then eventually throwing it over the goalkeeper to equalise. Liverpool took on Man City in what was a very exciting Division 2 clash, and hopefully will be one for the future, with Manchester City going first, really finding form of recent. Liverpool really did struggle in defence, Manchester City constantly knocking on the door. They did, however, try and get some momentum after going 1-0 down, but Ederson, unfortunately for them, was on cracking form, making not just one save, but 2 saves, even off a deflection. Really doing a good job between the sticks. Until Man City there, Kevin De Bruyne stuck the free kick over the wall. A free kick always worthy of the slow motion replay. A lovely finish. Manchester City, plenty to celebrate about, but Liverpool, will they be concerned with that result going into the rest of the season? Sunderland are really needed to get some points here, languishing at the wrong end of the division. Meanwhile, Everton pushing forward, hopefully for a promotion slot. And it was Everton that got the best of the early exchanges. Richarlison scoring first. Sunderland then did try and come forward, but a poor touch sent it wide. Everton then came forward again to make it 2 in the first half. A wonderful goal there, deserving of a replay. Sunderland came close in the second half, but Jordan Pickford equal to it. And sort of finally from a corner kick, it was broken and it came 2-1. And Everton storming down the pitch at the other end. Sorensen spilling it into the goal. A torrid day again for Sunderland, and marred by this last chance. But Everton will take the points and be pretty pleased. Well, what a game we were treated to here. Rochdale against Sheffield Wednesday, an absolute goal bonanza. First goal going in, what would be described by Big Chris as a thunder bastard right into the top corner. Sheffield broke down on the left, but Matt Gilks was equal to it. Rochdale then stuck their second of the afternoon in. Before breaking down the left again, Sheffield Wednesday shooting, and Matt Gilks parrying away. And in the second half, he opted for the right side and came very close. Rochdale coming close again. Wednesday breaking down the right before deciding to change their attack down the centre, which worked dividends as they got the first of the afternoon. Followed closely by their second, right at the end of the game, equaling the scores. But it wasn't to be. Rochdale broke right at the last, stealing all 3 points and scoring a third.
So, Big Chris.
Right, Big Dave.
I don't want to speak to you about the Division 2 games because I've got something a little bit better for you.
Hang on, look, Division 2 games.
Oh, have you written notes for it? Okay, well, go on back.
No.
You've got a choice then. And let's choose option number 1. You can speak about the Division 2 games, or option 2. I've got a surprise for you.
Surprise, option 2, please.
Because I have in my hand a parcel covering up the address there. Subbuteo Dave. Look at that, taking the piss out of me already. Game of the day. Game of the day. And this has come from Watsy's Subbuteo art, and I think it's my order that's finally here, including the bonus Big Nige that is very kindly done for me. So, freshly sealed. Man. I am bordering on infringing on what other channels do here. I know, I do apologise, but he just got sent through, and I told him when he arrived, I said I'll open it with Big Chris the next day, live on air.
Big Nige on Twitter. I'm thinking, wow, Dave would love that, but I'm thinking, So I did message, right. And Big Dave was already on it.
Well, I didn't order it, but he just did it for me.
That's really cool, yeah.
It's really kind of him. So,
worryingly, he was putting Celtic above, lots of Celtic kits above doing a Leeds kit. I don't get that at all. Who do that?
Well, can't wait for us to be on that thing. But look at this.
Come on, reveal, Dave. Come on, crack on, reveal. We'll take
so we got stickers. What's his fantasy football?
Hey, have you
so
seen me?
Got a couple of stickers. It comes with a case. So it comes with a case because I've got 2 things. I've got somewhere in here, I've got Big Nige, but also I think my teams will still be on order then. But he's also sent me the first, as I've subscribed to his monthly thing where I get a figure every month.
Oh, right. That's your case then, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the case for it. So let's see what we've got first. Oh, Dad, speaking of which, I just called you Dad live on air, sorry. But speaking of which, do you know we're on about you? Do you know? Well, no. Do you know the fact that you just? This is quite cool actually, because you know how you've literally just played in a Top Man kit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you can see that because my light is awful. So if I can try and turn the camera a bit, so you got less light. Oh, is that better?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's Subbuteo Lee Chapman.
Oh, Chappie. That is
Lee Chapman.
awesome.
Now, do you remember? You see, obviously you remember from being live.
Yeah.
But do you remember you used to have that? I used to every single weekend before football. I used to watch your season review tapes and Lee Chapman. So I used to really like Lee Chapman because he was so good, wasn't he? Just
fantastic.
So I've got Subbuteo Lee Chapman. How cool is that?
He even came back. I was looking at some kits. He came back in 95, 96 when you might well have been there. Yeah.
No, I only remember my earliest memory of a season was 97, 98 with 97, 98, and when we had the Packard Bell kit and we bought Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, and like that was my main earliest memory really of like the Leeds team. And we used to go down to Halifax Town. We used to go down to the Shire to watch the reserves first of all to get used to football. And I used to watch like Paul Robinson when he was young, and then Mark Beanie. I watched him a few times play for the reserves.
Harry Kuehl played left back a few times, didn't he? Woodgate was there. That was good. It's worth going to Share, freezing cold, a shitty ground like that. It was great,
definitely. Well, you got you ready for a big crowd, but let's say now we all know who in life has been my biggest hero, Mr. Nigel Martin.
Nigel Martin.
Would you look at that?
That is, oh wow. That's so clever. I'm blown away.
Massive thank you to Watsy. If anyone wants to go and find his stuff, it's on Watsy's Subbuteo Arts, and you can find it on Facebook. He's got a Twitter, and he's also got a YouTube channel, hasn't he, as well, which is really cool. So thank you again, Mr. Watsy, my friend. That's awesome. That's proper blown away by that kind gesture. So brilliant. Everyone seriously check his work out. It's really good. Well, moving on.
Yeah.
We've got the games for you from Division 3.
Division 3 results. Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Durham 0. Tottenham 2, Bristol City 2. Yeovil Town 1, Warwick 1. Leicester City 2, West Bromwich Albion 1. Stoke City 0, Blackburn Rovers 0. Watford 2, Bradford City 0.
Interesting that then. Wolves getting a point again, so that's big for them.
Yeah, it is. Top of the table, I think. Wolves now unbeaten this season.
Yeah, they got beat in week 2, according to the notes, by Leicester City. But yeah, pretty much they've picked up from five games. I think they picked up 12 points. So that's that might be promotion material. That if ever you've seen it.
Yeah, I can't find the table. Never mind.
That's all good. Spurs drawing again to Bristol, so Bristol dropping points. Spurs maybe creeping up there, but more importantly, Bristol losing the grip at the top.
Yeah, they've had a great start to the season. Just faltering lately. Still third in the table, so early days, I guess. But we're Wolves ahead. Wolves on 12 points, unbeaten this season. Leicester just behind them, 10 points. Then Bristol City, Watford, and Yeovil.
Well, Yeovil there as well, maybe in amongst them, but Warwick managed to get a point. Potential turnaround, or do you reckon they're nearly halfway through the season now? Still struggle, do you reckon? Or
there's always a chance, isn't there? That gives them a bit of confidence. First point on the door. Losing mentality, and who knows what will happen from here. It's Subbuteo after all. It's not real life, is it?
Well, West Brom dropping points, and Leicester doing all right there, taking the win. So that's what's that? 2 wins in 2, and they're doing all right. But if I look at that, they're right up there, aren't they?
Yeah, we did second in the table, 2 points behind Wolves, running them close. I think it'd be a good end to the season. I think Wolves and Leicester are probably the favourites to go up this year.
Well, Stoke, Blackburn struggling right at the start, but seems to have picked themselves up since that Bradford result. And Stoke doing reasonably all right, but not great. Talk me through the chances of those teams of a successful or potentially lethal campaign.
It's going to make or break now. Stoke are reasonably safe on 7 points, but Blackburn on 5. Bit too close to the bottom, I think. Bit too close to the bottom. 1-2 bad results and sayonara.
And especially when 3 of them go down as well.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, so if I look at Blackburn, Durham, and Warwick in those places, Tottenham not far off it either. Come on, Jose.
Oh, heck. It's a park it better. Right, well, and Watford, Bradford were doing well at the top, close to the top. They seem to be dropping a little bit off now, the pace, with Watford taking some points and Watford climbing the table there.
Yeah, Watford's still in no man's land without a proper kit, but that'll be remedied at some stage. And it's a shame for Bradford, because it's a nice kit they've got there, but it's not all about the kits, is it?
It's not. It is not indeed. Well, that's all about we've got time for the game.
But it is really.
Well, that's about all we've got time for, Christopher. We've join us next week then, and we've got another week again in the league. Don't we love our bread and butter, as you were saying at the start? Another week in the league, and some very big games coming up for that one. We can't wait to show you those ones, so stay tuned. Don't forget as well, please do like the video if you've enjoyed it. Please do subscribe as well if you're new. And
hello.
That's about it. Hello. Please subscribe if you're new, yes. Logging off, right, just the same as Chubbins relegation, the survival hopes. Hey. Right, game of the day. See you next week.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.